Coming this lucky Friday the 13th, going all the way through the 29th of June, the Sierra Vista Community Theatre is proud to present Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park. Welcome back to another episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SVCT, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. As we come inside of the hallowed halls of the Sierra Vista Community Theatre, this is what you'll see when you come inside. If you've never been here and seen a show, this is going to be a really good one to check out. You'll get your concessions, you'll walk on in, and you will see the theater all set up, all decked out for this amazing show. And of course, we have some cast and crew here that we get to talk to from Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park. Now, the director, unfortunately, was not able to be with us today, but we got someone even better. No, don't tell Vanessa. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Cameron Swan, the production stage manager of this wonderful show.
Well, Cameron, lovely to see you and have a few minutes to chat with you about this show. How many shows does this make for you, being a part of the Sierra Vista Community Theatre family?
That's a great question. I wish I had a straight answer for you.
Because you've been so many.
It has been a lot.
It's literally innumerable, which is kind of exciting to know that.
It's my first time stage managing.
Oh, so talk about that. How has that? How did that come about, and what interested you specifically in stage managing?
I want to say it was around October. Vanessa texted me out of the blue being like, hey, you want a PSM for me while I'm doing this show? And I was like, sure. Thought, I got nothing better to do, sure.
Well, or if you weren't going to be in the show, then you may as well stage manage, right?
Exactly. I was very glad to have that opportunity.
What is the primary role of a stage manager for those who I know, but for those who don't know, what are the things that a stage manager does?
Make sure the show runs the way it's supposed to and that the director's vision is coming to life, whether it be the technical elements, which I'm in charge of making sure it runs smoothly, and then making sure actors know what they're supposed to be doing, and being very strict while doing so.
That's amazing. Yeah, very strict, I'm sure. Do you, I see you guys agreeing, yes. You're like, yes, so strict.
It's supposed to be
oh
nice
my gosh.
This
is the fun of the Sierra Vista Community Theatre, by the way. Thinking about this particular show, Neil Simon, Barefoot in the Park, are you familiar with the history of it, the legacy of it, the provenance, and how it's being adapted here in this adaptation that people can see June 13th through the 29th right here on this very stage?
I myself am not a big fan of Neil Simon. The only reason why I'm doing it is because of Vanessa, really.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, if Neil's watching this, Neil, I apologize. I apologize if you're watching this, but no offense necessary, no offense given. But I mean, how do you feel about Neil Simon now? Now that you're part of something like this, seeing it, do you understand more of the vision or part of how it works
I really
together?
love the wordplay that is a part of his creations. It's very funny, and that's something I appreciate.
And looking at this show, what it's going to be is, from your stage manager perspective, since Vanessa's not able to be here tonight, we have you to ask this question too. Just ignore all the people around you. Are we ready for tomorrow night? Are we ready for opening night? How are the jitters? How are the butterflies? What's going on?
I believe so. They have no confidence in themselves at the moment, and that's why people need to come and see it and make them feel better. Because I firmly believe, and I've told them this many a times, they are ready, they know what they're doing, and if they just need to have confidence in themselves. And they don't get that until there's an audience.
And the audience will be hopping this weekend, tomorrow night, and all show long.
They better, or I will personally go and get them.
The stage manager will drag you down here and do this. Well, it's lovely to talk to you. Who should we talk to next? You're the stage manager. I'll let you direct which way you want to hand the talking stick to. By the way, give her a big round of applause, everybody.
Thank you.
Who are we talking to next?
I think we should talk to Kylan. Oh.
Kylan. Kylan, everybody. Kylan, it's lovely to see you again. It's always so much fun to see you, and it's exciting to be a part of another show and watch it happen and watch you light up. Talk about your history here at the Sierra Vista Community Theatre. How many shows does this make for you?
I think it would be 6 now, 6 or 7.
Okay.
That might have been my
So
answer
more than a
last time,
handful.
though.
You're
Yeah.
already on the second hand, you're counting.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be almost. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I know.
How amazing time flies and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the creativity. What was it about this particular show that caused you to audition, and what is the part that you're going to be playing?
Well, I read the script for this show because originally I was asked to apprentice light design for it, but that changed when I was asked to be the understudy for Corey, understudy and swing. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I
So
love
you
the
weren't even
show.
supposed to be on stage for the show. You're supposed to be doing lights.
Technically, yeah,
Okay.
but things change sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love the show because I like how Corey's energy is. She's very sporadic and colorful, and she's all over the place, and I really like that. It's just I like the character in the show in general. So yeah.
Is there something about maybe the arc of the character that happens over the course of the production that drew you to it, or that you connect with?
Honestly, she's very dramatic, so that also she has to learn how to not let her dramatics get in the way of a good relationship, basically. So that's really important.
Oh, that's so much fun. Now, being a part of this troupe, I mean, obviously, sometimes the cast and the crew ends up rotating a little bit. How many people are a part of this cast? I forgot to ask.
Ooh, in total?
Yeah. What is it?
Cam, I don't know. How many?
Are we talking
8?
50? Are we talking 10? Are we talking...
In the cast, there's 4 characters.
Yeah, but okay, so
Well, there's 6 because we have our delivery, our telephone,
Oh.
and then
well, now you're giving stuff away.
Oh.
Wow.
and our 2 wonderful leads, and then we have Mother, and then Velasco, who's eccentric, and then my techs backstage, which are a whole other bunch. See, now I don't want to talk.
Oh no. Basically, a good amount of people all working together.
That's awesome. But on main stage, basically 4.
Yeah,
Basically.
I forgot. I didn't forget them. My brain blipped over that whole scene for some reason. But yeah, there's a telephone man and a delivery person.
And working with different cast members through every show, this is your 6th, 7th show, give or take, knowing that, you're now a veteran here.
Oh.
How does it feel to kind of have that under your feet, knowing that you're one of the veteran cast members?
It feels really cool. It feels really weird, but it's fun.
Helps my
confidence.
It's going to be so much fun for the audience. It's going to see you on this very stage, June 13th through the 29th. Neil Simon, Barefoot in the Park, going on here at the Sierra Vista Community Theatre. Kylie! Who should we talk to next?
I think Heidi.
Oh.
Our newest comer.
Oh, well, Heidi Ho. Good to see you.
Hi.
Heidi. How are you?
Good.
Heidi, tell me a little bit about yourself. What is your experience with the Sierra Vista Community Theatre?
This is my first show here.
Oh, well, give her a welcome. Let's welcome her. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you.
This is something that we do. We get together the night before the first show, the opening night, and we get together and we chat a little bit. You might have been familiar with that, or might not have. That's okay too. I forgive you. But thinking about this, what drew you to, for those people who are maybe watching and going, there was a first time for every single person sitting here to be a part of this. What was it that drew you here?
Well, I have been doing some shows at a different theater in town.
Oh,
and
there's plenty of those.
I'm just teasing. And when I started seeing shows here, I just thought it seemed really interesting. I liked the things they chose to perform, and I thought it would be good to try something different and challenge myself in a new way.
And has that challenge been all that you expected it to be?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's when you decide to take on a new challenge, you never really know how it's going to be. So it's been really challenging in all sorts of ways I never imagined, working with new people, being in a different space. But it's been a great, particularly fun and fulfilling from an acting perspective. So yeah.
And being the new kid on the block, how do you see the camaraderie that is there? And did you feel accepted right away as someone who came in from the outside, so to speak?
It's been challenging because I went from being sort of like the youngest and playing really old people to being the oldest and playing somebody about my age. So it's just been different and challenging in all sorts of ways. But I'm impressed with how much camaraderie there is amongst the
You can kind of feel
here.
that.
Yeah.
You can see the years that have been put together for some of these actors.
Yeah, they
here
work
and
their
crew members.
buns off
Yeah.
all the time, and to make this thing they're passionate about happen.
Yeah. And obviously you feel that passion when you were sitting here in the audience so much so that you wanted to be a part of it.
Definitely, yeah. I was really impressed with the productions, and I wanted to be a part of it, for sure.
We'll talk about your character and the arc that the character takes in Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, right here at the Sierra Vista Community Theatre, Friday the 13th, all the way through the 29th of June.
So I play Ethel Banks, who is Corey's mom in the show. Kyalyn, who plays Corey, her mom. And so my character is known as the mother. And she's kind of a personally conservative, woman, and who's sort of adjusting to sort of being an empty nester. Apparently she's a widow, but we don't really learn about that. She just sort of starts the show and is alone now because Corey's gotten married. But I said in an earlier little blip we did, like, relationships are challenging. And I still think that's a way to look at this show. But everybody sort of grows and evolves in themselves and in their relationships in the show. And Mother does too. She learns that she isn't as old as she may have thought she was. And she learns to sort of discover this, part of herself that can still have an adventure and sleep without a board. So.
Good stuff. Everybody give Heidi a big round of applause. Heidi, your very first time. Way to go. We can't wait to see you here. It looks like it's going to Xavier. Xavier, thank you for dressing up for the occasion, making me look bad here. I mean, I appreciate that.
Well,
Go ahead and introduce yourself. How many shows does this make for you, being a part of this one here?
Well, I'm Xavier Young. I have been here since Rocky almost 4 years ago.
Wow.
This would probably be the around maybe 15th thing that I've done here.
That's amazing. Over a dozen shows that you've been a part of. And because it's so fun to be here in the audience and see you on stage. Each actor here has, if you've never been, you need to come, especially to see this particular show. I don't know, there's something amazing about watching the actors change, because you were a fan as well, so you got to see these same faces for every show, and it's like, oh, there's Xavier, and then 5 minutes in, I'm like, oh, that's his character. I'm talking to you as if it's your character, not you. It's like you disappear and your character is there. So I think that's one of the highest forms of praise that you can get is by inhabiting. When you're watching Toy Story, you're like, oh, that's Tim Allen, and it's like, nope, that's Buzz Lightyear. It's one of those kind of things where it's like they become that, and so you get engaged in this adventure along the way. How has this adventure been for you for this particular show? As someone who's done this for so long, how is this show maybe unique, or does it stand out in your mind different than the others?
It's been a fun process, actually. I find it very familiar just because I've already done a Neil Simon play before.
That's right.
And I was already a lawyer. But it's a different kind of unique experience just because this one has more of a romantic aspect to it. This is more of a one-on-one romantic comedy rather than a multiple, couple comedy like Rumors was.
Yeah.
I think one of the hardest things about this one has just been trying to get my lines exact. Neil Simon's house is very serious about those lines being to the word.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the things I try to do when I try to memorize my lines, get it exactly right.
Yeah, you forget about that part because you're just used to being an audience member, and you forget all the work that really goes into this. Even when characters have accents or something like that, or just the dialogue itself, to sit down and take the time to work through it again and again and again. Did you use any source material, like go online and watch any other performances or productions of this to try to gain something out of the role?
I did not. I was given source material. I did not study.
But does that, I don't know, Would source material throw you off? I mean, because some people use it and they enjoy using it. Other people say, you know what, I want to make this my own, or I don't want to be influenced by someone else's performance to try to impersonate them. Is that how you look at it, or I mean?
Pretty much. Personally,
Okay.
I've never really been a fan of like watching other people's performances because I know that I will pick something up and just drag it along with my performance. I like to make mine, natural first, and then like go back and watch it later after I make my own character.
But again, staying true to the source material as far as the line and dialogue goes, that is the most important part of what you do.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Xavier, talk about this. Tomorrow night, the crowd fills the theater here in the mall at Sierra Vista. The lights come up.
Okay.
How excited are you? How excited are you for tomorrow night and opening this thing up?
Extremely excited. We've been working on this for a while. All of us have put a lot of hard work into this show, and there's been a lot of ups and downs, but I think we're at a place where we can just show the audience our hard work and give our all in front of them, and hopefully it just gets received well.
No, we know it will. Friday the 13th all the way through the 29th. I believe there is one more person to talk to. Sir, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Jeremy Heisner, and I play Harry Peppa, the telephone repairman.
The one who was forgotten by Kylan.
Obviously. And you know what? I'm the first one to interact with it, too.
How is that even possible? How did you forget that guy? That's all right. Jeremy, you can answer some of these things from a direct, not just a director's side, but an actor's side and tech side, and even a board member side. I mean,
Yes.
the way that you're involved with this theater and have seen it grown over the years. What's it like to be able to work with returning people and brand new people who end up coming to be a part of something like this?
Well, first of all, I'll start with the new faces. Heidi is, I love working with new people. I absolutely love it. Heidi I love her. She's so cool. Like, I hope you stick around. I really do. And it's always fun to see the returning faces, obviously. I love when the new people bring in what they've learned from other places here, and we kind of pick up on that too. And that. And then all these old people here. I've worked with Xavier since Rocky. As a matter of fact, I think was your first director here, right? Me and Kiri, yeah. And then him and I have worked on several projects together, both director and PSM, and so it's really cool to see him grow as a performer. And Cameron is actually my stage manager for the producers as well.
Nice.
I'm really glad I got her, especially after seeing how strict she is. So I am very much looking forward to working with her on that. And I've seen her grow tremendously as well. And it's really cool to see all these shy people come into what they know and can express. And Kylan's been here since Wizard of Oz Jr., and she recently just graduated from the youth theater itself, and so this is her main stage lead debut.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
Big hand.
cool.
Come on,
Yeah.
big hand.
Now, all these guys, and then our guy who plays Velasco. I love Luca. God, I love Luca. And then Andy's phenomenal. All the techs backstage, everybody. It's great.
It is always a team effort. I mean, that's the fun part about this, and you feel it when you're here in the audience. Talk about the selection of this particular. How did it come about to select Barefoot in the Park?
So the way it works is that we get together as a small committee of us, and we get together and we throw names out of shows that we want to do. We take suggestions from the community, from our people here, and then we look at several different things. First and foremost, can we afford it?
Right, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize is that you actually have to pay for that source material.
Yes, yeah. And then for example, there was one we were going to do What a Wonderful Life for Christmas.
It's a Wonderful
Life.
Yeah.
Thank you. We were originally going to do that, and wait, no, that is the one we're doing. Nope. Okay. Is the one that we are doing. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
It's hard to
I'm sorry.
keep up.
So we sit down, we go through all these plays, and then or musicals, and we decide, okay, we want to do this one. And sometimes those rights get pulled, and then we have to come up with something else. That's what happened with our Christmas show.
Gosh.
But for this particular show, Neil Simon is a very well-known name. Our actors are very familiar with his work. The lovely young woman who directed the play directed Neil Simon's Odd Couple, so she was happy. And yeah, no, we just get together, we read them, and we say, hey, this has name recognition, or this is a lot of fun to do. There's some that we take chances on, like last year's Proof was one that we took a big chance on. Turned out to be, hands down, probably one of the greatest productions I've ever been a part of, personally. But it did make a lot of money, but it still did good, you know? And then we have our big numbers, like Addams Family did huge last year, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then like Percy Jackson just closed, and everybody knows that. And so, yeah, we just kind of go off what they want and what people want, and then see what's available.
Jeremy, talk about, again, from a kind of board side, looking at how something like this comes together, the expenses that are covered for all the props, you know, all the wardrobe, all the furniture and set pieces and stuff. I mean, from a board side, you're able to see this a lot differently, even though you act, you direct, you do all the tech stuff as well, you do everything. But I'm just curious about how it all works from the top down.
Well, the board actually is part of more of the business side of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does help with the expenses and stuff. But a lot of the set that you see around you and set pieces are actually donated. Like that chair you're sitting in has been here since 2020.
Okay.
We've used it in several productions. This couch we got for I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change a couple years ago. This particular bar back here has been in several productions.
So recycling is a huge part
God,
about
yes,
doing this,
yes.
recycling things.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The walls, the doors, everything. But then we come across stuff that we have to buy new or build or something like that, and so that's where the expenses come in. But
having now there is sponsorship opportunities, of course,
yes.
for these shows, for individual shows, and for the whole season.
That is
You
correct.
want to
Yes.
talk about
yes.
that before we wrap up,
Absolutely.
and see if people want to be a part of something.
Absolutely,
like this.
you can become a sponsor for any show, for the season, anything like that. You want to just email info@svcommunitytheater.org and get some information on that. We mention you in the program. We also mention you in the director's speech and stuff like that. And that really helps. Sponsorships really help. This show didn't cost a whole lot, but like the next show is going to cost a lot. The one after that's going to cost a lot. So we need those sponsorships.
And that's just businesses or individuals.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
can do this.
Absolutely.
And
we had a gentleman who actually donated our subwoofers that we got, and that's all. He was just an individual. That was it. And then we have Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Co-op, who is a season sponsor and has been since the beginning. So thank you. Yeah.
And so it does really take a community effort to be a part of the Sierra Vista Community Theatre. And that's why we do these interviews, just to show you guys what's going on in our community and something that you can help support the arts, to keep the arts continuing, to inspire others who will walk into this show running Friday the 13th through the 29th and then possibly want to be a part of it, whether it's on stage, whether it's tech, behind the scenes, lights, audio, anything that you think you could do to help this theater out. I know they'd be excited to talk to you and to be a part of this thing. So big hand for Jeremy. We've got to give Jeremy a big hand.
You know what I just realized too? I went back and counted on my resume. This is my 30th show here.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. That includes all the side projects and everything. So this is number 30.
Unbelievable. Well, congratulations for hitting that amazing mark.
Yeah.
That's that's absolutely a big hand for that. 30 shows. Wow. All right. So that means that everybody has to come out and see Jeremy's 30th production here. And everyone bring like big signs saying 30, 30, see 30 for 30 or something like, I don't know. You can come up with
I'll be 30 again. I'll be happy to be 30 years old again.
Well, yeah, cool. Wouldn't we all? But thinking about this show and about Neil Simon, Barefoot in the Park, it's going to be time for you to come and see this, and the way you can do that is right in the post description. You can see all the information. Most importantly, what we'd love for you to do, even if you're not able to get tickets to come see the show, please give them a follow on their social media pages. That's the best way to keep in touch and support the arts in a very simple way. We have the link directly to their Facebook page in the post description. You got to be a part of this thing. It's going to be happening right here on this very stage, Friday the 13th, starting tomorrow. If you're watching this on the 13th, start getting your tickets because you're going to want to bring friends, family, and just have a great time here at the Sierra Vista Community Theatre all the way to June 29th. Support the arts in Sierra Vista, in Cochise County, that inspires people to do great things and helps the creative community come together in an awesome way right here on this very stage. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SVCT, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. The best way these guys serve their community is on this stage, behind the scenes, everywhere else, and you can watch it all unfold. Friday the 13th through June 29th. Get your tickets now. All the information is in the post description. And guys, thanks so much for letting us check in with you and break a leg tomorrow night, opening night. The lights will be bright here at the Sierra Vista Community Theatre, and we can't wait for you to get your tickets and stop by and see this amazing production. Again, for more information, check the post description. Have a great day, everybody. We'll check in with you again later on. Thank you, guys. Woo!